bottle with the bottleneck at the bottom? The bottleneck is always at the top because they don't share enough. They don't take people in confidence. And that is why stakeholders don't know their real role. Their KPI is wrong. Their KR is wrong. They're working on the wrong products, wrong person. Good products are sold to bad customers. And the company keeps on losing money. Then there is no software cost. This is plain, simple, smart Excel. And the previous statement is obsolete the moment the next statement is ready, except for its learning element. It's a system success. If a new HOD joins, he knows what the previous HOD has done. People are tabulated. All the people are transacted to activities. He knows 8 hours a day, what does everybody do? And that is why it is very popular with the HODs. As to say, the parasite does not like it, the performer likes it. If you are a parasite, you are sponging, you are being subsidized by some other product, by other departments, and therefore you don't want to do this exercise. That is why there is a reluctance of the CFOs doing this exercise. Because then the MD asks him, hey, what have you been doing for the last 10 years? That CMA and these consultants came and showed me where my problems were. You have not said anything like this in the last 10 years. And this is why the CFOs become defensive. So as long as HODs are professionally okay, and as long as post-COVID, at least for survival, you're going to know your transaction cost, whether you're going to survive or not, or which product to kill and why, you're going to have problems. And then I've said you need to walk well before you run. Obviously, if you can't do a simple tabulation, if you can't involve yourself with the HODs, what guidance is a CMA going to give the MD? Who has he carried with him? Which product manager has come to him and says, please, sir, guide me. I would like to understand my metrics, my numbers, my numericals. I want to be a numerically evolved HOD. Can you help me? That is the role of a CMA. And this is where the consultants, including people like me, are doing work for 25 years. The chapter doesn't teach this. BCM has got not even 2 pages. It does not even have a viva. In the entire CMA course, nobody is teaching what is the most critical thing for top management in times of distress. In good times, nobody needs costing. In good times, your inefficiencies are covered up by tax planning. And they are also covered up by the sluggishness that I don't need to work hard. I don't need to be professional. But when you are back against the wall and wondering whether your job is going to be on the line tomorrow and whether your product is going to survive the next 2 months, then you require this kind of technique. Hence, its relevance for the post-COVID days. Now, we add a lot of value. I am honestly not going to spend too much time with this slide because it is with you. This is what we actually do. This is what we actually do when we do an assignment with clients. Each and every one of these are quantified. And when we finish the assignment, the MD gives me a letter saying, why did we not meet earlier? And we've done this time and again. On my website, you see these testimonials. Now, please focus on the last 3 examples I'm going to share with you. Let's take this strange department called accounts. This department has got 82 lakhs worth of people. It has got 24 lakhs of expense. It is a 1 crore department, 107 to be exact. It has got 55 people working in it. And it is servicing 3 SBUs. Incidentally, what are you staring at? You are staring at the lifestyle. All this is the lifestyle. And this is the total cost. The cost trial balance would have told you salaries and wages and expense and computer stationery and expense on auditor, incidental hospitality, everything. When you tabulate it like this, you know the pie chart of what the accounts department is doing. Now you take a call. Whether 19% of the time you want to do payable, 11% of the time you want to do receivables. Do you think anybody is going to own up this accounts department? See what happened. When this accounts department was debited to 3 SBUs, because the turnover of all the 3 SBUs was equal, this is how it was debited. The present system was 33, 33, 34 because the SBUs were equal. SBU 1, SBU 2, and SBU 7, they were equal. When we did an ABCM, for every individual activity, 20 lakhs of maintenance, 4 lakhs of pay and PF, 19 lakhs of accounts payable, total 107, 1 crore department. And when you went down and had a discussion between 3 SBU heads and the departmental head, after 1.5 days, we arrived at this final allocation. And the allocation for SBU 1 came 67, 30, and 3. The poor chap, SBU 7 was getting 34% instead of 3%. SBU 2 didn't suffer, or it didn't hurt him, because instead of 30, he was getting 33 anyway. The product costing and the service costing and the transaction costing didn't change much for SBU 2. But see what happened to SBU 3, SBU 1. SBU 1 got it in his neck for 67%. If this SBU head meets me on the street, he crosses the road. He doesn't even want to say good morning. Because he says, here is a guy who came and started debiting me 34% more in my SBU performance analysis. And incidentally, this is only one department. I am looking at 10 such departments. Folks, when you're talking about 10 such departments, do you know what you're doing? You are debiting vulgar figures. Instead of 33 lakhs, 67 lakhs. Instead of 3 lakhs, 34 lakhs. Can you see for yourself how these two present and ABCM work? Now, do you think your performance appraisal is going to be correct? You take a marketing department, sales and marketing department. You've got free time training, future trends, internal coordination, management initiative, channel management, training, planning, institutional sale, the lifestyle activities. Quietly on the left side, you codify as core, non-core, non-essential, core but essential, non-core but essential. So you can keep on having 10-hour meetings. They are essential, but they are non-core. What is unabsorbed cost? Something which nobody, internal or external, accepts as a cost. So if you want a 5 crore meeting, instead of a 2 crore meeting, 3 crores of people, well-heeled, well-groomed, senior people are sitting in meetings 365 days, some coming with helicopters, some coming with cars, 17 people in a meeting, one person comes late, everybody's waiting, they do homework in the meetings, there are shouting matches, nobody's prepared for the meeting. Nobody knows the cost of the meeting is 5 crores. And the bottom line of the company is 1 crore. So chasing your tail and such mudas are in abundance. But that is not the purpose of this slide. The purpose of this slide is tell you how core and non-core codification, and on this side, you do the process. You go to this activity. What is institutional sale? It is channel support. Because they have distributors, so their distributors also help selling. This is admin. This is strategic. This is admin. This is channel support. This is post-sale. This is pre-sale. So you did the business process codification here, and you did the core non-core codification here. You had the lifestyle of the department. This is the ABCM plot of one such branch. There are 19 such branches in this Kirloskar company. And you are looking at 31 lakhs of expense. 4 lakhs is the manpower cost, 26 lakhs is the actual cost. You will see that the receivables cost, interest on receivables, is 11 lakhs. And that is why for a 4 lakh employee cost, including all their fancy travels and their personnel cost, the receivable cost is 3 times that. You don't collect on time, that kills the company. So what do? So I want the same thing of 31 lakhs understood as core and non-core. How do I do it? Simple Excel. 31 lakhs of core, non-core, core, deliverable. Non-core, time pass. You know what this means? That the MD went to the bank. Now, please try and digest this sentence. I have offended a lot of MDs in my life, but later on, we became the best of friends only because I called a spade a spade. So I'll tell you what I said. In the summary, I said 31 lakhs is what you spend every quarter in this one branch. There are 19 such branches. And the MD went to the bank, withdrew 9.6 lakhs, and told people, do internal coordination, do MIS, do whatever passes is for your horizontal columns or my vertical columns. Do chasing your own tail, do follow up. In other words, not a single person was justifying his salary. So when the MD understood that the non-core is 33% of the time where employees work, all this nonsense stopped. All the ludicrous meetings stopped. 5 crores does not become 5 crores. Today, their meetings maximum the entire year, enabled by video conferencing as well as enabled by elimination of physical meetings and elimination of the political angle which the MD saw through. He did not know it was costing him 5 crores. Good salaries and wages wasted for nothing. Well-heeled, well-groomed people shouting in meetings and nobody working for the customer, internal or external. Now see the process-wise cost. Pre-sale, this 31 lakhs analyzed as per process. What have I done? ABCM taught me core non-core. I didn't like this figure. I didn't like 33% of the time wasted. I wanted to do something about it. So I did something about it. I redeployed. You see, I restructured and I redeployed. Today, needless to say, 19 branches do not exist. Only 11 branches exist. 8 such stupid branches which with worse figures and worse ratios were wound up. People lost their jobs. Post-assignment, post-COVID, whatever you want to, whichever way you want to see it. Something which is unaffordable has to go. Similarly, look at how the department is working. See, I asked a very simple question. I told you at the start of this presentation, I told you the MD just says, are you behaving like a marketing department? Is this branch in Coimbatore behaving like a proper branch? Or is it misbehaving? You can see the misbehavior. See, CMA only put this slide together. CMA said pre-sale 16%, channel support, which means sleeping with dealers and distributors, 35%. Are you working for the distributors or working for the company? But by the way, all the 19 people did not have such vulgar figures. This was easily one of the worst. So what did MD do? The MD took this and said, in the ABCM lifestyle of working, I want your focus as employees to change as per what I want you to do instead of what you're doing. I desire you to do 75 pre-sales, 10% channel support, 5% post-sale, 7% strategy. Post-COVID, post-affordability, post-restructuring. This is how you will work. Otherwise, I don't want you. The highlighted area is a restructured department and they bloody well started working like that. Because half the time they were doing their own businesses in their own fiefdoms. Half the time they were getting phantom orders which the customer was never paying for. So the answer, तुम्हारे राज में क्या चल रहा है? ये देखो, CMA साहब ने हमको एक slide दिया है. In this one, I can tell you, and you put 19 such slides together, you can separate the men from the boys. You can reward branch X, you can reward branch Y. And as you go along, these rewards are commensurate with the performance of the CMA. Because the CMA had the concept, he had the energy level, he had the humility to go and say, I don't understand the process, can we do this together? The HOD will never say no. If you combine your process knowledge with the process comprehension, with your numerical skills in cost accountancy, these things are easy. So I must say that this is possible. I am not even the most competent CMA around. I'm 70 years old. Most of you are probably half my age now. And if you're half my age, you'll be twice as fast. Your Excel skills will be 10 times my skills. You will be doing this in 1/4 of the time that I do it. The only advantage I will have is I can do some storytelling. I can give case studies to MDs. Yeah, having done 30, 40 companies, this is what we found. This is how we restructured. So in consulting, they say there's a premium on age. In employment, there is no premium on age. If you're a racehorse who has lost his timing, you're not welcome in employment. But you're more than welcome in consulting. That's the good news for all CMAs. Because there are very few people doing this work, there is virtually no competition at all. I am requesting you to pick up these skills and work in such a way that you contribute with your knowledge skills and guide MDs with this technique called ABC and ABCM. Now I can give you examples and examples. You can do this distributor wise. For example, you will know the ratio of general engineering versus Sunny versus Verma. So you will know whom to deal with, which person to deal with. Are your best products going to your best customers? You can slowly get into product. You can go to cost object dealer wise. You can go into, you see the last column, net contribution to cost to sell. So in this slide, 31 lakhs was the same example. 7 crores is what they sold in that branch in that quarter. What is the sales to cost ratio? The average sales to cost ratio in this branch is 22. But in Delhi, it is 11. In Assam, it is 5. In Chennai, it is 44. So can you not separate the men from the boys? So whether you're doing this for cost object with distributor profitability or whether you're doing this for product group profitability. Now, Agri single cylinder has got a ratio of 2.32. But this is in Coimbatore. The same ratio in Punjab, the ratio is not 2.32. The ratio is 25. And the average ratio for all the product groups put together is only 6. So what do all these 19 such slides for 19 departments talk about? Once you do it product wise, once you do it distributor wise, immediately you know distributor profitability, whom to deal, whom to embrace, which marriage is good. Post-COVID, that's going to be bloody important. If you don't know, you'll continue the same mistake. Post-COVID, you'll lose money and you'll wind up. You will take a longer time to recover, which is a more polite way of saying the same thing. But if you know, kill this product in South India. Don't kill it in North India. And don't even attempt to sell it where it doesn't make sense. So you say, as long as the ratio is above 15, encourage marketing. Give them incentives. Give them rewards. And if somebody is hitting a figure of 6, this department called marketing for product group profitability is operating on 6.43. And the next, let's say in Coimbatore it is 6.43 and in Chennai it is 16. Something's wrong. You see, same company, same product, same customer profile, same country. How can you be 6 and 16? Something is wrong. Put your analytical cap on. See, go to root cause, go to causative, go to correct drivers, improve the accuracy of the tabulation, improve the ownership of the tabulation. Then people would love you as a CMA. This is the reason when you give such input, the MD takes a fast decision. He says, wind up 3 branches, wind up 4 products. But then he does not require a strategy meeting. You see, these tabulations are so loud. Now I can see, I've got my eyes on the clock also. It's coming close to the 90 minutes which I promised you. There are examples and examples. I mean, I can just go on and on. You know, we can talk about a quality department. We can talk about its ownership. You take a simple example of a quality department which the other departments disown. For example, if you take a quality department, what does a quality control department do? inward inspection, in-process inspection, finish inspection, and marketing support. Now, if a 26 lakh per quarter quality control department has to be owned up, it will be owned up like this: materials, production, sales and marketing, and sales and marketing, because inward inspection is for raw material, in process is for production, finished goods is for customer inspection. So therefore these people own it up. When these people take a look at this figure, sales and marketing will say, "Arey, मेरे को तो support ही नहीं है. I've been telling these QC people to come to the field and help me sell, but they don't come. There is not even 1% involvement of the QC to help marketing sell with a quality angle the customer does not understand, and which the marketing man is not competent to communicate. So his focus here has to go up. Whereas 45% of the time, we are doing some absolutely lunatic stuff. 11 lakhs we are spending on final inspection. Why? Ask the question why. In the Six Sigma approach, you keep on asking why till you get an answer. So sales and marketing will say, I don't want this. So final inspection like SGS inspection or any agency which is there, this company has been selling steel for the last 25 years. Why do you require final inspection? So they told one fine circular, dealers conference, one circular, this is stopping, 11 lakhs wiped out. And this 11 lakhs wiped out ka matlab kya hai? See, the CMA who developed this slide, which in our case was, let's say, me. The moment I said 12 lakhs is wiped out, what happened? 12 lakhs translates to 5 lakhs of people. They migrated. They migrated from marketing, finish inspection to marketing support. In other words, you changed your caps, you restructured the department, you redeployed your resources. Now you can see the relevance in the emergency situation you find yourself. So this is functional ownership, quality control, functional ownership. What am I telling the MD? I went to the MD and said, quality control, this is how it works. Unfortunately, they're not doing the wrong things. They're presently busy doing finish inspection for which we pay an external agency for no rhyme or reason. In this one stroke of pen, this 11 lakhs per quarter was saved. And the MD recovered whatever he paid me with one management decision. But we did this for 19 such branches. And we told him what to do in each and every branch and why. And whenever we said why, it was supported by the HOD as well as the branch manager. Needless to say, some of the jobs, because the disagreement was violent. Now you know the gut feel of Peter subsidizing Paul. वो काम कर रहा है, मैं मजा मार रहा हूँ. ये प्रोडक्ट कमा रहा है, ये प्रोडक्ट गमा रहा है. अरे 20 साल से मैं कर रहा हूँ. Why change the product? आराम से जियो. No longer. Post COVID, आराम से जियो. You're not going to be able to आराम से जियो. So folks, there are examples and examples. I can go on supply chain, how supply chain butchers a company. But I don't think it's really necessary for me to keep on giving you these examples. I've already exceeded my time. I will, in any case, some of these are planned data, so obviously they may not be shared with you. I shared the spirit with you. I will try to conclude this presentation by telling you a little bit about the profit cliff. So you deal with dealers or products or whatever you want on the x-axis. The y-axis, CMA tabulates who made the money. So when CMA tabulates, he says, okay, if this was a contribution line at the end of the year, dealing with 100% of the products or dealers or people or geographies, what happened? So what happened was, after dealing with 40% of the people or the dealers or the products or the geographies, you already made your net contribution for the year. Technically, for the next 9 months, if you had not done anything, your net contribution would have remained the same thing, because you would have duplicated this graph profitably for other product groups which made sense. But unfortunately, you stuck to the same product groups, same geographies, same dealers, same distributors who sponged off the companies and stole you blind. So some of them helped you. So you dealt with another 30% of the people and you made a little extra contribution. Then you dealt with the parasites. And the parasites brought down this total contribution back to original. So whether you dealt with 40% or 100%, these people eroded you by 16% without you realizing it. From here to here, a hell of a lot of stupid muda took place. Stupid activities took place. Stupid deployment of resource took place. Stupid deployment of the wrong products, wrong services, and the wrong distributors, wrong customers, wrong geographies took place. That's why I said on the x-axis can be anything. It is not only dealers, it can be any management decision. This is called the profit cliff. CMAs must understand how to do the profit cliff. So if you do the profit cliff and tell the MDs, isme maja nahi hai. The MD says, for the last 10 years, Baba, I have never got this kind of input in my life. And that is why you will get repeat jobs. You will help him and in the process learn yourself. And as you go along, this is what the clients say. You see, when you work with clients with this spirit, this is what they say. These are MD sentences. I put them on my websites. Whether they are Syngentas or Jindals or Thermaxes or Lockims or Godrej or Raymonds, these are large companies. Recently, we did this in Naval Gulf. They said we have started, if you see, we have now learned to look at the resource allocation in a totally different perspective. At that time, COVID was not there. I did this assignment almost 1 year before COVID. They don't assign, they don't allocate the way they used to allocate. They don't tell people to do what they should be doing 8 hours a day as they were doing it previous year. Every KRA, KPI is changed. Every reward mechanism is changed. It is fairer than before, it is tougher than before. Merck, you think these people are not good at management? These people are all MIT trained and Harvard trained. Why do they say that while this exercise helped us reconfirm the restructuring process at HO, it enabled us to implement the same at the Goa plant? Why? Because what they could not do in 12 months, they did in 2 months. Another thing, CMAs, folks, your life is speed. Your life is not accuracy. If you can do something fast, MDs will love you. Whether it's a service sector or a transport sector or a bank or a stock exchange. Very few people know there is more money in Gawar gum than gold in the stock exchanges. So are you going to redeploy your resources in the stock exchange? Only when you do it, you will do it. But otherwise, just because the turnover of gold is huge, you will have 25 people working there. And something which is really giving your stock exchange big money is ignored. These things happen. So forget about all this. I have given this to you. My credentials are there on my website. We have done this for banks, stock exchanges, hospitals, process, engineering, steel, oil, natural gas, solar, HVAC. 25 years we've been busy. And the people who have worked with me are CMAs out of the ICW Institute with not more than 2 to 3 years of experience. And they've done such a beautiful job. But when they give a presentation to the institute thinks this is textbook. The institute thinks this is theoretical, without realizing that this is life and death. Do ABCM in your own home, and you will have a happier marriage. Now, there are strategy barriers. This is truth in all the Fortune 500 companies. 10% vision barrier, 5% understand. Nobody explains it to them. Nobody quantifies it to them. Then you've got 10% time on strategy. 90% is operational. Even the MD sits in a meeting and he thrashes out firefighting. What a hopeless deployment. What a total disrespect of his own time. They don't link budgets. Peter is subsidizing Paul. Compensations are not proportional to performance. The accounts department is going to be debited 33, 33, 34 because turnover is equal. And the real ratio is something totally different. Are you being fair in performance appraisal and SBU profitability? So profitability is the game which a CMA understands better than the MD. And if you don't step into those shoes quickly, your opportunity may be delayed or lost. I wish you all the very best. In case this has helped you, you can never manage what you can't measure. This is where ABCM helps. And I will even go to the extent of telling you what my company means. We call ourselves Quantact Consulting. So that Quantact is quantify, which means whether you do ABCM, ABC, ABB, or ABM, you are quantifying. But then you are acting with tact. When you act with tact, it's not a knee-jerk reaction. You don't say, 200 aadmi nikal do. That is stupid. Because the wrong people leave. And what you're left is with are the dullards. You motivate people by taking them in confidence. The CMA, in his quantification techniques, can tell the MD to motivate people better. This is a deliverable of the CMA which he has never exploited in his life. And I have done this as a passion. And which is why we do, 4 or 5 jobs a year are enough. Those who want to learn, learn. But I take this opportunity, pre-COVID, post-COVID, to share this webinar with you. We specialize in variable material also. We do energy audits. We have verticals. We are into value stream. But the basis for all this, including energy audits, which is control of energy cost, along with bill of material also, which has got nothing to do with ABCM. ABCM is only indirect cost. But because we quantify so well, we'll end up quantifying even the bill of material, which has got 20% error in it. Therefore, we also land up quantifying why they are consuming so much electricity when they can save cash down. Our payback is a few minutes if you just implement 4 or 5 suggestions. And this is what the MD is looking for. This is what post-COVID is going to be extremely important. So quantify, Quantact means quantify and act with tact. If you don't act with tact, you're not taking people with you. You are not motivating them. You are just sacking them. You are sacking them and treating them, as though they're dispensable. That's not the way you're going to survive. Your only asset is time and people. What does an MD have anyway? An MD has time and he's got people. The last slide I'm sharing with you is the definition of value. You see, 4 textbooks are distilled into this one slide. Please sleep with this slide sometime. Because the last point, number 5, tells you what the client wants. It tells you what the service wants. It tells you value is a complete bundle of benefits of offering weighed against the total price to acquire and use the offering. If this sentence you use for every activity of the company, whether you apply this to the value of an internal customer or an external customer, you will be a stronger, numerically evolved company. As far as I'm concerned, you know how to contact us. You have these slides. I've shared this with you. As far as I'm concerned, I've done my bit. If there is some question and answers, I'll be very glad to take them. I only hope I've been able to communicate. Thank you so much for your attention. Bol Jitendra. कुठली ठीक आहे वेळ संपलाय जवळ 6:45 वाजले. I'm sorry I had to skip some slides, but it is better to try and give you the whole thing than more everybody will take pictures.
No, Mr. Madhav, can you hear me?
At this moment, I can't hear any questions.
Hello, Mr. Madhav, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Jayesh Desai.
Yeah.
I'm a practicing cost accountant, and thanks a lot for very enriching and thoughtful. From one of your earlier slides, I think it was the first slide that you had presented the cost of a finance. What is the cost of a finance department into various activities which sounded like payments, payment back check or electronic. And just want to take one example there, like there was a postage expense of 6 million Okay, I just want, taking that example, can you help me understand how did you convert that into an activity? Hello?
We just said there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
When we went to postage, actually that's a bundle of expenses which is called sending dividend warrants to all the shareholders and the people who are into investment advisors and things like that. And postage basically is the huge amount of expense they do in sending these dividend warrant information and all that. In the pre-electronic era, that is how they used to do it. In the post-electronic era, the physical act of sending these individual warrants to people and getting a confirmation whether they got their warrants or not, everything changed when the electronic era came in. And if this activity got eliminated, it was actually not only postage. Postage sounds as though you were paying the postage this kind of money. Actually, there were about 30 or 40 people who were in the business of collecting this, tabulating it, and making sure that all the investment brokers and sub brokers, because it was a payment center of some bank, and that investment was being charted, then everybody under one guise realized that it can be outsourced. The decision they took was the methodology of moving to electronics instead of physical. The moment they went to electronics, a hell of a lot of people got liberated from the mundane task of communicating with investors at grassroots levels. So they used technology and eliminated this activity totally. Similarly, in all the other examples, every cell has a story to tell. So in a proper workshop, what we do is we encourage questions from the audience as to what they would like to restructure in that complete tabulation. So every cell has a story to tell because every cell is traceable to the origin of the conventional accounting system. And that cell has been owned up by the people who gave me the first cell to start with. Now, there were people involved, there was transport involved, there was communication involved, there was courier service involved, and there were so many things in a payment center handling dividends for such a large investment population that amount of 6 million got clubbed under postage. So while I'm trying to explain to you that it is a bundle of expenses, not only one expense, the justification that had to be eliminated was so strong that it was done in 24 hours. And this case study goes back about 16 years. This was done for the First National City Bank, very much publicized on the net in those days. So I only hope I've been able to communicate the answer that every cell has a story to tell. It has got a back right up to cost accountancy. It has got an ownership. It has got an HOD and a CMA who's guiding you. Now with all this, all the conditional formatting of anything more than 5%, you address it. It is not more than 3 to 4 items per department. And when you talk about 10 departments, the MD has got, in his lap 40 or 50 agendas, half of which can be discontinued. Now, whether you call it make or buy, whether you call it smartening the process, whether you call it migrating people from non-core to core, whether you call it more value addition for value chain, whether you call it better customer satisfaction, everything can be addressed. At this point of time, please accept my sentence that every cell can be taken to its last constituent. And it is traceable to the trial balance, and it is traceable to an action which only the CME can link because he has laughed and cried with the department head. Otherwise, these tabulations which are given to the MD will not be as actionable as they are. So just believe me that postage was a bundle of activities which had to be eliminated. It meant communication to grassroots investors. And in that was dividend warrants, interest payments, a hell of a lot of things was in that. I used the slide in summary because when I talked to the MD, he knew exactly what I was talking about. So every slide I will not be able to customize for this audience and tell this was done and that was done. In any case, when you do 10 departments, 2 or 3 points per department come up. That's about 30, 40 actionable points. In the whole process, right across the whole company, a couple of crores are saved. So that's the sentiment I'm trying to communicate to you with the methodology. The figure and the actual figure and all that, some of them are doctored, some of them are company data, which is why some of those tabulations are not given in the PDF. They are actually violent company data. But unless I share some data with you, you will not know how a case study is handled. So generic case studies I've already given you and they are already with you. Methodology and all that has been covered. Is that good enough for you?
Yes. Thanks a lot for your elaborate reply.
No problem. Kishore bhai, you have got something?
Good evening, Mr. Shivsagar. This is Vidyasagar this side. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I just wanted to check with, thanks a lot for an excellent presentation. And with the storytelling, it is really drives things the way it should be. I just wanted to understand if ABCM is such a great tool, what are the challenges in implementing it and why is it not so popular even today? Because I think ABC came in a long time back.
Yes. I will answer this because this is a very frequently asked question. You see, ABCM unfortunately was introduced via the software route originally, where people thought that if you give a driver to every item on the balance sheet and every item on the trial balance and every item for every expense, what people conveniently forgot was the driver is applicable in January, it is not applicable in February. The accounts department has got a completely different picture in closing of accounts. Their activities are completely different. 7 months of the year, their activities are completely different. Point number 2, the parasites do not like ABCM. Parasites sometimes are people, space, or entire SBUs. So the moment ABCM throws up something which the previous MD has not been able to put his finger on, it is not a very happy situation for the guy.
Correct.
So ABCM could never be popular because it went to the department and said, my dear, you are not behaving the way you should be behaving. I gave you the example of that marketing department.
Correct.
Pre-sales was some 15% and post-sales and distributors were 45%. Do you think that branch was working for the company?
Correct.
That branch was magnified working for the distributors and sponging the company. No wonder that branch disappeared. You think this person is going to have ABCM in his implementation strategy?
Correct.
But those who love it, MDs love it. Owners love it.
Of course, mindset changes take a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of time also.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Is that good enough with you?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you for that.
And sometimes what happens is, you see, the people who shout in the board meetings are people who worked on some product groups for the last 30 years of the company.
Correct.
So ABCM throws up that this is not making money, but resources are deployed for that.
Right.
And this fellow is having a nice time.
Right.
The truth is, this fellow is the biggest parasite going. He's the biggest liability to the company because he is not only allocating resources for zero gain for the company, but he is having a malified interest in continuing the trade. Nothing will grow in his shade. I don't have to sit in that board meeting and shout loudly. That Excel statement threw him out in 1 week. And for the last 25 years, nobody had the courage to touch this vice president, even though he was bleeding the company. Once the second generation MD's children found out, this fellow didn't have a job. So products are dispassionate. People are malified and political. obviously there is so much that is happening in what if formats. It's not an easy exercise. It is stepping on people's toes, and that is why it's popular now, because now when you want to clean a system and make it more productive, people are accepting this as a way of life. That's why they say Excel mein karega. I don't want software, because in software somebody tweaks something, I don't have any control over it. My largest clients are doing it manually, no problem. Steel companies, 20,000 employees, they do it once a year. Is that good enough? Hello? Unfortunately, I can't see you. So
Yeah.
I only hope I have answered your question to your satisfaction.
Yeah.
So I must thank Kishore Bhai, who has encouraged this platform called the webinar, and forced me to share a little lifestyle with you. At my age, the only thing I am really concerned about is handing over the skill sets to companies and CMAs who want to learn this technique. So you are always welcome. You know how to contact me, and we can always talk on the phone later. But Kishore Bhai, Bhatia Saab, I must thank you for arranging this so that I could communicate to you. If there is an opportunity in life, I can always come down to Bombay and we can meet up. If one thing leads to another, we can grow with each other. We can do assignments together. I would love to have some of you joining my assignments and you doing it independently also. The idea is to propagate this because this chapter is not doing enough. If there aren't any further questions, perhaps I can take your leave then. Mr. Bhatia, are you there?
Anyone wants to ask any questions?
Yeah, please go right ahead. I thought.
No, I'm just asking Mr. Kshirsagar, anyone else? Otherwise, Kishore Bhatia ji can just do a thanks on behalf of CAMAP to you.
Sure, please go ahead. I will get in touch with you again on the phone.
Yeah. Kishore bhai, you can do that. Hello. Hello.
I can hear you.
Yeah, Kishore bhai, I think his mic is having a problem. Thank you so much, Mr. Madhav. It was really a very good presentation. We all learned a lot from your presentation, and so many live case studies was the key thing of your presentation.
Yeah, that's what I want to share. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we also wanted. So we were looking for some speakers with the, not the bookish knowledge, as you rightly said in the starting. And we wanted to have a real practical approach, especially for the newcomers and everything who have just studied what is activity based but are not aware of anything about it. So, so nice of you to share the things, and I think we can have more sessions from you on Six Sigma and balance scorecard, what you were referring into your presentation also.
Okay, always welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much on behalf of CAMAP and all the participants. Thank you so much.
How many people have attended this webinar?
Around 52 people were there.
52.
Yeah.
Could you be kind enough to send me their names sometime so I can be in touch with them also?
Actually, I'll not be having, because it's a WebEx, I will not be having any report from it that who has attended it.
Okay, no problem.
That's the only thing, but I will, whatever names I have, I will share you on your email ID. I am already having your mail ID.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And sorry, I forgot to inform you, myself is Poonam Shah, which I had sent you the mails and everything.
Okay.
So
Bye
we
for
will
now.
coordinate with you all the details. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Ah, boss.
Sir.